Hi, my name is Brandy Cruther, and welcome to Fit Boston and Beyond. I'm really excited to be here. Today is a great day, just like every day when we get up. But it's even more special for me because I've been a part of this phenomenal event that we're going to talk about. The Road to Wellness. Woo, that's powerful. So we're talking about the Dimmock as well as HoodFit and a lot of other sponsors talking about the Road to Wellness. I have three amazing women here because that's what I first want to start off to say. And then each of them do something different, which was even more excited to me to have them here with me. So I have Gael Henville. I'm going to give her a round of applause. She's a coach and trainer for the Road to Wellness, as well as Suzanne Walmsley. She is also a marathoner. And I was very impressed because she let me know that she had this professional sports industry on her resume. And then one of my faves, and I'm going to say I've been working with Dimmock way back when, but I'd like to really give you a shout out, Raquel Rosenblatt, for all the things that you do as Chief Development Officer at Dimmock Health Center. I'm thinking about Madison Park right now. But I just want to send all of you a shout out. So could you guys tell me a little bit about the Road to Wellness? What is this about, Gail?
Good afternoon. Hello to my partners, Suzanne at the B.A.A. and Raquel at Dimmock. And thank you so very much, Brandy, for having us here. We've known each other for many years. I want to just a plug. My sister and I were two of the first customers when Brandy had her studio. So we've been in great admiration of what you do for our city in terms of wellness. So this race was instigated by Thaddeus Miles initially, who and he's not here today. He sends his deepest regrets. He's also a photographer and off on a project. But 8 or so years ago, Thaddeus had some health issues, and was told by the doctor, if you want to live, prolong your life, you really got to get fit. And as a former athlete, knowing that running was one of the great means by where you can see some measurable marks in a really short period of time, decided to return to it, but also wanted to bring the community along. He realized that the diabetes rates in our community, we're talking about very urban Boston, that is reported, and perhaps Raquel, being in the area of health, can give us some more granular information. But the cases that are reported are in double digits. And factually, 8 out of 10 Black women are obese. And so there's nothing really great coming out of our community in terms of numbers and where we are for our well-being and for fitness. And so he decided that it wasn't going to be just a personal mission. It was going to be a mission for everybody that he cared about in the Black and brown Boston. And we've touched many peoples too in other states. And so he happened to create this 5K race and a 3K walk. It was initially called HoodFit, and to bring everybody along in the neighborhood. And what started as this very personal mission of his has grown tremendously overnight, with partnerships from Dimmock and the B.A., all having the same focus and mission in mind for all of us signed on. And what we thought typically for an inaugural race, it takes a few years from my experience for it to get really grounded and to get the popularity and visibility that we've had. It came to us in 1 year. The numbers that we had a number. We were glad if we had 300 people that show up at our race. The numbers were staggering. It was unbelievable. And Raquel can give you those numbers. So here we are today, going through our 7th year with great pride and just a wonderful, immeasurable support from our communities, not only in Boston, we've touched many states as far as even countries, including Canada. It's in a nutshell.
Raquel, I know I do have the video and I was going to show it first, but before I did that, I wanted to make sure I just got the opportunity to talk to you guys. So you do a lot of the Chief Development Officer at the Dimmock Health Center. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how does that impact the race and getting people healthy in the community?
No, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us, Brandy. Great to see you. I've been a fan and just so thrilled to watched your trajectory over a few decades, because you started when you were 5 years old, so you're not able to keep it all right now. So
I love you. You let me know when you want to go to lunch. It's on me.
Yeah. So I've been at the Dimmock Center 5 years. I came on board right when the first Road to Wellness started. So I remember my first day was just a few weeks after the first Road to Wellness. What I do at Dimmock, a big part of what I do is help to raise funds for the Dimmock Center and our work in the community, and raise the profile and build community at the Dimmock Center. And the Road to Wellness touches all of those things. It's been the most amazing way to build our community and strengthen the mission of the Dimmock Center, which is to heal and uplift individuals and families in our community. But even more than that, it's really been the best way that the Dimmock Center can show the commitment to our community, not only through physical health, but also through mental health, and how fitness plays a huge part in that. The power of partnership is tremendous. The partnership with the Boston Athletic Association, the partnership with HoodFit, the partnership with Gael as an incredible coach and motivator. So what's happened over these past now 7 years is tremendous growth. We started the first year, we had 500 people on that first Saturday in 2015, which was just unbelievable. Next year, 2016, we had 1,000 people. We had 800 people the next year. It grew to 1,000 in year 3. So the physical growth of the numbers of folks who've been coming, you've seen that because you've been a part of it. You've done our warm up, which is awesome. The one thing I want to add, though, which is really important, is the disparities in health that exist, which Thaddeus so wisely noticed as the motivating factor to start the Road to Wellness. He says it's in the video, which we'll see. The difference in life expectancy between someone in Roxbury and someone like a mile down the road in the Back Bay is almost 40 years. So it's 50, upper 50s is the average life expectancy of someone who lives in Roxbury. Well, it's 91 years old for someone 1 mile down the road. That is a result of so many things, but we've seen the power of physical movement, mental health support, and that's really what the Road to Wellness is doing and trying to change that disparity.
Wow, I mean, that's an alarming number. You're almost talking about a 40-year gap. Mm-hmm. And that's something people probably aren't even thinking about it. When you were just talking about that stat, automatically I just started calculating, going, whoa. And I can remember having the gym down Dudley and really trying to combat the obesity issue that still exists today in so many ways, not just with adults and children. So I really salute the work that's been taking place with Dimmock, as well as Thaddeus Miles stepping up and wanting to create such a thriving event to get people thinking about their overall health, I should say, and wealth, because your health is your wealth. Suzanne, now you're with the B.A.A. and you're the director of youth and community engagement, and you've been there for a while. Could you tell us how you got involved and why is the B.A.A. is so important and instrumental in being involved in this event?
Right. Thank you, Brandy. The reason we got involved, people ask, why is the B.A.A. involved? And I say, why not? Why wouldn't we be? It was such a wonderful invitation. I got to know Dr. Maisha Minter-Jordan and Thaddeus at the same time. And Thaddeus already had put on that first HoodFit 5K, and Dimmock was looking to do something similar. And we were able to all come together and bring our various assets to put on that first Road to Wellness 5K. And it's been wonderful for the B.A.A. Our mission, our vision really is we're committed to a world where all people can access and benefit from running and an active lifestyle. And so it aligns beautifully with our mission. And it's really a wonderful opportunity to engage with the community that we hadn't previously. And it's only made us a better, stronger organization. We've met so many wonderful people through this engagement in the Road to Wellness 5K. And every year it gets better, stronger, more relevant. So it's just really exciting for all of us to be involved.
Well, I'm going to show the video so everyone can see exactly what you've been talking about. They've heard you talk about it, but let's really watch the excitement.
7 years ago, when I started to look at the health disparities in Roxbury compared to Back Bay, being that those in Roxbury only live to the age of 58. And Back Bay, which is less than a mile away, the life expectancy being the age of 91. I felt like there was something that we needed to do about it. And we all came to the conclusion that a 5K run, 3K walk would be something that would be amazing.
The Road to Wellness is an incredibly meaningful event, not only for the Dimmock Center and for our other partners, Hood Fit and the Boston Athletic Association, but also for all members of our Roxbury neighborhood and other parts of the city of Boston. This year especially, the Road to Wellness is so important. It's a way for us to come together after a challenging time and begin to heal. We are so thrilled to celebrate the 6th annual Road to Wellness and so grateful for our community for participating.
Takes health and fitness, which is the mission of the B.A.A. to promote health and fitness, and brings it to life for a community in Boston, in Roxbury, where it can only benefit everybody. We know that we don't have the answer to everybody's health and wellness issues, but when those answers come from the community itself, come from the Dimmock, come from Hood Fit, come from the people who live here, they must be the right answers. We are very, very pleased to be a small part of that.
It means a lot to TUPS Helpline. We have been presenting sponsors now for 5 years. It means a lot to the community. Wellness is so critical in our community, and we're proud to be part of this Road to Wellness, to continue to promote health, exercise, and wellness in the community.
So Road to Wellness is about really getting our community active and involved. Active out from being sitting on the couch, active from being sedentary, active from just accepting bad health. We're getting people not only active and moving, we're teaching them about fitness, teaching them about running, teaching them about self-worth, about what fitness means to life.
As coaches, and for the mission for this race, today exemplified what we wanted all along for the Road to Wellness 5K, for it to be a community event, for everybody to feel wholly involved and to see measurable improvement and the joy on anyone's faces as they crossed our invisible finish line.
So the trainings are awesome, everybody's awesome, they're very encouraging, motivating, to inspire you to reach a goal. This is the perfect opportunity, the perfect time for you to engage, meet people, and reach any type of goal when it comes to fitness, or even if it's just running, if you have a running goal.
The Road to Wellness means to me to push myself and to be better and to stay in shape and to show up every week and hold myself accountable, and every week that I show up to just do better and be a better version of myself the week prior.
To me, the Road to Wellness means literally what it says, like a road to getting well, a road to getting healthier, to adding more benefits to you, living longer, to getting yourself well.
The Road to Wellness this year of all times to me is very important because of the fact that we've been quarantined so long that many of us, whatever routines we had about staying healthy, we've let go by. So this is an opportunity to reboot, start up again, and live a healthier and longer life.
Wow, that was really powerful. And just to see all the activity and all the energy and just the transformation. You talked about this, Raquel. You talked about the physical transformation, which was something we always connect with. But let's talk about the mental transformation that takes place when we put on such events as significant as this in the community. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Absolutely. So there's a direct link between physical health and mental health. We know that. Even just all four of us, we know that when we go take a walk, take a run, go lift weights, the endorphins kick in, we feel better. It lasts a bit longer after we finish our workout. But even more so with folks who have significant mental health challenges, including substance use disorder, there's a tremendous power in physical fitness and movement to heal ourselves, to help us feel better and to move forward in our recovery from any kind of a mental health issue, including substance use disorder. This past year of the pandemic, now coming up on more than 1 year of the pandemic, we all know these numbers of rates of mental health and trauma have gone through the roof in Roxbury, in our neighborhood, beyond Roxbury, in little children, teenagers, adults. The impact of mental health, the pandemic on mental health has been incredible. Already at the Dimmock Center, we're seeing a much greater need for mental health services, including all of the substance use disorder that we provide on our campus. And we're seeing a more intense need for that because of the trauma of having COVID, seeing people die, experiencing job loss, being isolated from school. All of those factors contribute to more and more mental health challenges. And we're able to see from last year, even when we were just 6 months into the pandemic, the power of coming together and taking a walk for 1 hour on a Saturday morning and feeling better. The gentleman at the end of the video, his name was Austin. Gail has kept in touch with him. She can talk more about him. He came to that Road to Wellness training all last summer from one of our recovery homes. And he really said that being there each week, that was a huge part of his recovery from substance use disorder. And he's stayed connected with Gail, and hopefully will come back on June 5th when we start again on our training sessions.
Gail, what is it like to train for the Road to Wellness? I know you guys have started up soon, right? Do we start up?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the training, and then how can I get involved?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. So I will tell you that my initial intent was not to be the coach for this race when I was first invited to the host committee to discuss having a race in Roxbury. It was simply to lend my experience in road racing and in my community. And one of the things that was I ask is, yes, we have this wonderful idea that we're going to execute. How are you going to get our community to become involved? How are we going to sell it to them? How are we marketing it to them to attract them to it? And the B.A.A. lovingly said, we'll provide our coaching sessions as they do for all of their races. And I said, excellent. Who are your coaches? And I said, well, that would be you. And I said, well, I can't. I'm training for my marathon, and I came home, and it could not escape me, Brandy. Probably a little long-winded, but I've been running through our community now. I started when I was 8, running track, and then I converted to distance in Franklin Park here, my home, to lose pregnancy weight before I came to your studio. And I run through we have 23 communities. I've ran through 22 for training purposes. I run to and from work. And so there are days when I'm running home from work and I see little girls looking out the car windows, waving at me, or just my community. I have my favorites in Eggleston Square and Grove Hall who cheer me on in Mattapan Square. And I didn't want to let all of these people down. And so I decided that I would run at 4:30 in the morning, get my 22 miles in, and make it back to Franklin Park to coach this race. And it is the most rewarding and fulfilling thing I've ever done. I'm used to coaching one-on-one, and having to coach a group, having to sit down and consider every single ability from walking to the novice runner or beginner or advanced runner, and create a training plan and execute it so they all feel personally touched, is one of the most loving things that I've done in order and giving back to my community. And each year, it's a challenge of how we're going to make it even much more better than the year before. We, at the risk of sounding like a braggart, when we start each year, we don't know what to expect, right? The community actually, and we call our participants a community because we are, the community actually shapes it for it as we go along. We simply move by hearing what they're telling us in their strides, and sometimes verbally what they're responding back to us. So each year I take all of those lessons learned and try to create something else that is going to be meaningful for them and in an instrumental way in enabling their fitness expectations as well as their personal growth. So yeah, we're excited for June 5th this year. As Raquel has mentioned, our theme, each year we have a theme, and this year we're going with mental toughness. And
that's a big one. You said mental what?
Toughness, because running is 80% mental, as we know, right? The brain is your athlete, so what you tell it, right, is actually what you tell the spouse by your body following through. And so we have zero tolerance for any negative attitude, zero tolerance for body or pace shaming, if you will. We actually lead our groups of training with positive affirmation, but this year we're actually going to intentionally bake in more of a mental toughness, strategic, verbal and physical affirmation. So when they leave on Saturday at 10, these resonates with them throughout the week until they come back to us on the following Saturday.
We're talking, I'm going to put up some flyers so people could have the opportunity to see. But currently, right now, we have, I know there's probably people saying, how can they get started? Where can they get more information about it? So I do plan to put something up on the screen so people can at least get in contact and become part of the fun. But what are some of the activities and what are some of the other partnerships that you guys have?
Yeah, so I'm going to start that off, and Suzanne, I want her to say more, because a lot of our partnerships actually grew out of the incredible work that the Boston Athletic Association is doing around community and connections. But besides the three of our, I guess the four of us, HoodFit, Dimmock, B.A.A, Coach Gael is a coach. We have partnered with Tufts Health Plan as a sponsor. We've partnered with Reebok, John Hancock, a large number of other sponsors that are listed on our website. We partner with other organizations in the community to add on other facets of wellness. So last summer, we connected with a yoga provider, a woman-led yoga provider, Radiant Yoga, and she came out and did yoga a few days a week. We've partnered with other coaches from the Y and other places to add different levels of nutrition information and other parts of the road to wellness. This year, we're really hoping to expand what happens not just on Saturday mornings, but by adding in some additional teaching and learning around maybe even meditation, more yoga, and also doing a bi-weekly additional session of training for women only and men only led by our different coaches. So Suzanne, can you say anything else about other partnerships that we've built together?
Right. So one of the nice things about the Boston Athletic Association is we have a number of groups that we work with every year around our Charity Teams program. And many of them, all of them in some way share our mission and our vision. And one in particular was very interested in doing more around health and wellness in the community. And that was Teddy's team, founded by Teddy Bruschi, around stroke awareness and heart health. And so we were able to partner with Teddy's team to do some talk and walks. Those were bridging the gap between our training in the summer, which we always hate to see come to an end, and bring us back into the next one. And so we were able to bring everyone together at a common site. We had some information shared from Teddy's team, from the Dimmock Center, some personal stories from Thaddeus and other members of the community who were able to, and very willing to come and share their stories. And after that, we would do a community walk. And in one instance, we were stuck inside because of lightning. And so Gail stepped up and did a community fitness activity indoors and showed it. And it was great because then people can see that you don't always have to get outside to move and be active, that sometimes if circumstances prevent it, you can do something right in your own home. So that's been a wonderful partnership and one that we're hoping to continue and expand upon. And really, it's just been, as Raquel said, a great opportunity. Once people hear about it, once people are a part of it, and I know you know this, Brandy, too, because you're a part of it, it really resonates with individuals. Everybody in some level is trying to do better around their health and wellness. And so to have an opportunity and to be in a community that is wholly supportive, I think about that when Gail talks about the no tolerance. I've never experienced that. And I think that tone is there. Everyone knows that we're all working hard. We're all trying to achieve something and everyone's there to support one another. And Gail's our biggest supporter and takes everything, even the biggest challenges, and turns them into a positive. She'll acknowledge, yes, this is hard, but here are the things you can do that will help you and you can do this. And so, those partnerships, everyone that's been involved shares that philosophy. So it's been really wonderful to be able to bring some of our partners to this, and they love it. Everybody that touches this race just loves it and wants to do more.
So tell me a little bit more about the setup. I know the event will take place in September, but what will the setup be? You know, we have COVID still. So what are we looking at going into September? Raquel, I guess that's you.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, so I was thinking about a bunch of different ways to answer that. So I'd say here's what we're doing. Last year, one of the amazing things that we did was we made this incredibly successful in-person 3-month-long free summer training program happen. We spent a lot of time, all of us that you see on the screen right now, our volunteer race director, Hector Cruz. We spent a lot of time talking with the city, with the timing company who did our race, really trying to see how can we do a safe in-person summer training, and how could we do potentially a live in-person 5K last September. Well, we were able to solve beautifully the summer training challenge, and we had more than 50 people every week. So we were able to be spread out. It shows on the video how we spread ourselves out. We always wore masks. We had 4 coaches last summer that began the summer. By, I'd say, week 3, right, Coach Gail? We realized we need another coach. We have so many people here. We added on another coach. So we really learned and worked hard to make last summer work, and it was an outstanding model. And we'll use that model again starting June 5th. And last year, we were not able to be in person for the 5K. However, we did shift to a virtual 5K, which was amazing and had representation from the Roxbury community and beyond. But we did do a live in-person kickoff that morning from the Dimmock Center's parking lot to get people motivated and excited to get on their road that day. So this year, we are being, again, really flexible, really open-minded and creative to thinking how we could do an in-person 5K on September 11th if we're allowed to, or a virtual, or a combination thereof. Already on our website, registration is open. We have more than 20 people who've already registered, which is amazing. And we're giving folks the option, if they want to just say right now, they just want to participate in a virtual 5K experience, that's great. All registration information is on our website at www.roadtowellness5k.com. So that's really what we're thinking right now. We know we can be in person June 5th for 3 full months of free outdoor training, and we're going to keep working to figure out what it looks like on September 11th.
Raquel, you said something key, and I really admire what's taking place here. You said free. So just to have an opportunity for a lot of people to get in shape, maybe the finances is a little different. We did have COVID, but the opportunity for them to get in shape and to take advantage of something that's in their community that's not going to cost them anything, I think is fabulous. Could you tell me a little bit about any kids programs? Now, I've had the opportunity to participate in kickoff doing the aerobics, but one thing I like is when we look out for children. So you guys have so many cool kids programs. Could you tell us a little bit about the things you're doing for young people?
Yeah, no, we've had, as part of the Road to Wellness since it started, we've had this fantastic kids fun run and all these great kids fun fitness activities. They've been led by Reimagine Play and Betty Francisco, another amazing woman in our community. But what's so beautiful about the summer trainings too, is that they're really fun and inclusive for all ages. Oftentimes parents or grandparents or other folks come together as a family, and sometimes people are pushing babies in strollers. We've had that also, which it works for everybody. So the children, all ages, coming all summer is fantastic. Day of the event, especially if we're in person, we absolutely will again have some great engaging children's activities, because that is so vital to have children get excited and feel comfortable and welcome in fitness as early as they can.
Now, we talk about a year-round fitness thing, but Susan, I want to talk to you a minute about the B.A.A, because, you know, we're talking about the marathon and really doing something big. How important it is for the B.A.A to be in the community and be a part of such a magnificent event.
Right. It's extremely important, and we are extremely grateful for the space that's been made for us to come in and be a part of this race and be a part of other things that are happening. with the Boston Athletic Association, we know that people automatically go to the marathon because that's the most public event that we have and the longest and the one that most people are familiar with. But we really are an organization that wants to provide access to the sport to all levels, all ages, all abilities. And I think that really, segues nicely or dovetails nicely into the mission of Hood Fit, which is really a multi-generational community engagement, and also with the Dimmock, who's committed to the community and the health and wellness of the community. So for the B.A.A., it's been important for us to be able to reach as many people as possible, to help show them that you don't have to be a world-class marathoner in order to be fit, be active, to walk or run or however is best for you to be able to move. There are many ways to do that. And so through the partnership with the Dimmock, with Hood Fit, with the Road to Wellness, with wonderful ambassadors of the sport like Gael and Hector, Thaddeus, and Black Girls Run, who are a huge part of the success of this event as well, we've really been able to share that piece of the organization and have people know that about us. And we're working really hard, and we've spent a lot of time during this pandemic when we haven't had live events trying to reimagine how we do things and think about other ways to engage that we can make what we bring to the table more available to everyone. And I think that's one of the things I really want to emphasize is we're a part of the fitness journey for a lot of people, but it takes many, many people with many different skill sets and abilities to be able to make this happen. So we truly feel so much gratitude for the invitation to be part of this event. And it's been wonderful. You hear me say that all the time, but it's true.
Yeah,
the people that we've met, it's just been fantastic.
Well, we talk about recovery. I know Dimmock has one of the best recovery programs. One thing I like that you said is you talked about this young man named Alston. And when I was watching the video, just to see his smile, just to see anyone move their life from one place to another and to change their health, be it overweight, be it addiction, just be it depression, whatever it is to me always a great story. Could you tell us a little bit about how it's really impacted a lot of people in recovery?
Yeah, Gail, can you start? Because I think you have some great stories with that.
Yes, thanks, and thank you. So I would like to add a few things. Our race is USA Track and Field certified. That was done, I believe, in year 2. That's huge. The USA Track and Field is the governing body for all things running. So we're just not a little rinky-dink 5K in the heart of Roxbury. We are USA Track and Field sanctioned. In addition to that, I'm wearing my Boston Marathon 2013 jacket. I want everybody to know that the average Jane, I don't have any impressive PRs. I'm not an elite marathoner. I'm more middle to back of the pack. We can all do it. You don't have to look a certain way or weigh a certain weight or whatever. Anybody, if they desire to run, whatever your distances, can do it. Now, moving on. So running is transformative. That is a fact. Be it weight loss or mental issues. There were days when I had trouble with a project at work, and my manager, knowing that I'm a runner, I'm say I'm gonna go out for a run, and I would come back smarter. Absolutely, just working it out in my mind. It's a great athletic mindset for grounding. And I often hear when a race is over, I'm going through Franklin Park, I'm often being asked, when are you guys going to start up again? Or if I'm in the park in January, and as a walking group that's always walking through Franklin Park, Coach G, I miss you. When are you guys going to start? Or I get Facebook messages. And yesterday, earlier this week, I shared with Raquel and Suzanne about the tearful testimony I had from a participant and how much we transformed her life. And there's been people who said to me, do you remember me? And I said, no, I lost 30 pounds. And then they will pull out their camera and show me a before and after photo of how our race has instigated this wonderful life change journey for them and have continued on it. Personally, for me, as a survivor of domestic violence, the only time I was not challenged is when I went out for a run, right? Where are you? Why aren't you not home? And so, it's just a natural springboard that tentacles all aspects of your life in terms of recovery and grounding.
Yeah, and it is so powerful. And one thing that's been really incredible is that at the Dimmock Center, we have a number of different recovery programs. We have the inpatient detox. We have these 4 houses that support folks for up to a year in recovery, and we have outpatient recovery services. But for the past number of years, there's been this intentional effort to encourage the folks who are living in our recovery homes to come out to the weekly trainings in the summer and participate in the 5K. And that's been just so amazing. They come, and it's just been this very powerful, moving part of their recovery. And they say that, and they take great pride in that. And out of their coming, a few summers ago, one of our other coaches, Coach Gael, he had the idea, let's not just have this stop for the folks in recovery. Let's keep this going in the year. So Coach Gael now comes to the Dimmock Center with another coach, Coach Trevor from Road to Wellness. They come to Dimmock twice a week, and they do 2 different kinds of boot camp, high intensity interval training sessions for the 4 houses of recovery at Dimmock. And that's been amazing. That's when we think about growth. We think about growth in terms of what can we do those 9 other months of the year, separate from training, separate from day of the race. We think about how we can keep things going with specific populations, folks in recovery, folks who have mental health challenges. And we think of how we can do that really through all the great collaborations that exist. Your walking group, Brandy, there's so many groups that are already happening that are connecting people. There could be some really exciting power as we begin to think about how to grow this road to wellness, because we always know it's not just one day, it's not just one summer. This is a lifelong journey, and we just want to do everything we can to reinforce that for people along that lifelong journey to wellness.
Well, that's one thing I like, the name of it, The Road to Wellness, because it encompasses so many things. And at different stages of our lives, we're in different places with our overall wellness. It could be physical and it could be mental. So that's always one thing. I know there's something that we wanted to talk about, and I wanted to make sure I bring this up. COVID-19. I know you guys, you do COVID vaccinations at Dimmock. Could you tell us a little bit more about that, Raquel? I'm going to actually put that up on the screen as well.
Yeah, please. There's a huge connection. When we think of health, when we think of wellness, we know the incredible impact on both our physical and mental health that this pandemic has had. We know the disproportionate impact it's had in communities of color, Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, surrounding neighborhoods. At the Dimmock Center, we are continuing to do COVID testing every day for everybody who wants to come. And now we're vaccinating our community. We've expanded our capacity in vaccination so that we have the ability to vaccinate more people for more hours every day of the week, Monday through Friday at this point, and we hope to expand to the weekend. And we just encourage people, call the Dimmock Center, 442-8800, call the Dimmock Center and schedule your appointment for a vaccine today. We have the Moderna vaccine, just so everyone knows that, and we hopefully will have Johnson & Johnson back again once things get worked out with that. But please, that's such a big piece of health and wellness. We know that every person who gets vaccinated brings us, again, one step closer on that lifelong road to wellness journey. And that's why we really think this year, especially, vaccination is a huge piece of our overall road to wellness journey.
Well, I'm going to put the information about the Road to Wellness back up on the screen so other people can sign up. You can go right to Dimmock's website for more information. Register at www.roadtowellness5k.com. You make sure that you sign up. Also, don't forget, Dimmock is now offering the COVID-19 vaccine. For more information, just call 617-442-8800 and extension 2025. Make sure you schedule that appointment and take care of your health. Well, this has been great. I thank you, 1, for your patience, but 2, it's always exciting to see people that I know from the community doing great work in the community. So I would like to thank all 3 of you for being here. I'm going to continue to push this. I'd like to have you guys on once a month as we move, or every other month, closer to getting everybody to the Road to Wellness event in September. So I'm going to put that back up. Don't forget, you can register for the 7th annual Road to Wellness 5K, Saturday, September 11th, 2020. Come on out. It's a free event. Right now, they're training on Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. in Franklin Park. And then they'll be there again and this goes from June 5th to September 4th, excuse me. Gail, what would you like to say to everyone? Because you're that coach. You know, I admire you. I never ran a marathon. I've done a lot of things in this city, but I've never put my sneakers on like that and got out there running. I only trained a little bit to play basketball. So I always admire people, you and Susan, who are in the marathon, but I want to say that endorphin thing. So can you tell me in closing, what would you like to say to someone to encourage them to say, get off the couch, get up and moving, and get on the road to wellness?
So I would let everybody know, although I've been doing this, I'm going to be honest, for 35 years, it is still a struggle for me sometimes to get off the couch and get out the house to do it. Honestly, when you have to train in dark and snow and sleet and rain, if you're running a marathon, it is a struggle. I understand the struggle. I'm 51. I've been doing it for a long time. It hasn't gotten any easier. However, once I get going, I feel absolutely better. You are a race of one. You create your own excitement, your own power, your own movement. The first step is always the hardest. But when you make it, it is also the most rewarding. So I say, get out of your mind with your self-imposed hang-ups about anything. Show up on June 5th and just watch. You may not be ready. We understand the tippiness, but we encourage you just to show up and just watch in our opening what we do, who we are. We have 5 coaches, and I think that's valued if all of us are certified. And if you quantify us, now we have a 5th coach, about $600 to $700 worth of free coaching from our abilities range. And there's a coach for everybody, movement and ability. And so we encourage you to show up, bring your family, bring the kids. We encourage everyone except pets for obvious reasons. And pardon me?
I said no pets.
Well, a dog and a squirrel in Franklin Park might not be the best idea for a bunch of runners, but we encourage you bring your jogging strollers with your kids, grandma, if you just grandfather, if they just want to walk, there's a walking group for them. The thing is here is that just show up in a moment, let us know what you want to do, and we can help you fulfill that ability through a race training. I love my community. I can't tell you how much I love my neighborhoods of urban Boston. Thank you very much for carrying me through all these years. And it is my pleasure to now give back to you along with 4 incredible coaches. I want to thank our founder, Thaddeus Miles, for not being selfish in his vision to just take care of himself, but to lift us all up. I've been a friend of the B.A.A. since 1984. This is the ultimate dream for a little girl like me, right at the back of the pack, to be in this wonderful movement and family. And Dimmock, thank you very much for just listening to me and allowing me to realize my inner greatness, and for sharing it with other people. Thank you all so much. And Brandy, thank you for having that original platform that introduced me to strength training that I love so much. And thank you for listening to us and sharing us with your listening audience.
Thank you, Susan. I'm not going to leave because you're talking about marathon. So when I'm thinking at 26 miles, and I know you're not just about the marathon. I just want to say, how could someone in the community get involved in getting into the marathon and thinking about it as well? I don't want to leave the B.A.A. out. I want to make sure they know what to do.
Right. No, thank you. And I think a lot of things that we're doing now in partnership with the community is a great way to get to know us as an organization. And then also we have other races that are offered throughout the year. When I first started, it was just the marathon, but now we have a 5K that typically happens over marathon weekend, a 10K, and a half marathon. And one of the positives that has come out of this past year is that we have been able to do some virtual events. And so there is a virtual marathon this year, and there is an opportunity for people wherever they are to sign up and train for the marathon. If they're not ready for that, that's fine. There's a virtual 5K, mile, and a 10K. So a half is still TBD. But there are going to be more opportunities. And we have a platform called the Athletes Village, where we're putting in free monthly challenges every month throughout the year, so people can join in. And there's a variety of levels of challenges. So we wanted to be able to reach people wherever they're at. So if you're a beginner or if you're a little bit more experienced, there's a challenge for you. And all you have to do is just sign up. It's if you go to B.A.A.org, you can find the link to the Athletes Village and join for free. So we'd love to have more people join us on that continued road to wellness, the expanded road to wellness, something we've learned through our partnership with Dimmock, with HoodFit, with Gail. So yeah, join us in the Athletes Village.
Okay, and Raquel, Dimmock's right in the community. Tell us how more people can make Dimmock their community health center. So
we are, come to Dimmock. You know, Dimmock has, I have to just say, we welcome you if you're looking for a doctor, if you want to start your recovery, if you're looking for early education for your young children, please come to Dimmock. We have it all. We're right here on Dimmock Street on 9 acres. We've been a part of this community for over 150 years and so proud of our longevity here and so grateful to be so connected to so many folks in this community. Please come to Dimmock, 442-8800. You can call for any of those needs and even more. So we are here for all, and just so excited. And come to the Road to Wellness. You know, check out the Road to Wellness on June 5th, and you can start talking to other people, and that could be your entrance point into more at Dimmock.
Excellent, ladies. Well, we're going to close. I really appreciate your time and being a part of Fit Boston and Beyond. May your message transform our city. It's been a wonderful afternoon, and I want to thank you. And I look forward to being at the Road to Wellness this year. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.